Hey there! Today we are going to learn about the constant e. Let's go. You've probably encountered e in your work with natural logarithms, or your work with decay growth, or continuously compounded interest, and are wondering what e is. E is a constant, just like pi. It's a number that was found in nature, right? Pi was found as people did work with circles. E is another constant like that. The value of E is approximately 2.718281828, and it is irrational, meaning it goes on forever and it never terminates and it never repeats. And technically, the definition of E is the limit as x approaches infinity of 1 plus 1 over x, all raised to the x. So when x is 100, we're somewhat near this number. When x is 1,000, we're closer to this number. When x is 1 million, we're very close to this number, but it's a limit. So as x gets larger and larger and larger, e approaches this. All right, where we find it to use on our calculator. So if we take a look above the division sign, we have e, or above our ln, our natural log, we have e to the x. The same way above our log, we have 10 to the x because ln, the natural log, is log base e instead of log base 10. Okay, now, how do we use it in problems? So let's say we encounter a problem that says y equals 4e to the negative 0.3t, and we're asked to determine whether this is an example of growth or decay, and then to state the rate of change. So to determine whether this is growth or decay, the first thing I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to rewrite this in the following way. Y equals 4 times e to the negative 0.3 to the t, right? I know that when I am raising a power to a power, I multiply those powers, so I can go ahead and put that back into the form where I am raising it to a power. And the reason I want to do that is because when what's inside the parentheses is fractional, I'm dealing with decay. And when what's inside these parentheses is a number that is 1 or greater, I'm dealing with growth. So when I see E, which is a constant, 2.71, etc., and I see that I am raising it to a negative exponent, that means that it's 1 over the positive exponent. And so I can see, because I know E is approximately 2.7, that this is a fraction, and therefore, as I am raising a fraction to a power, this is going to keep getting smaller and smaller, and therefore we're dealing with decay. So the answer to the first question is decay. Now, the second part asks me to state the rate of change. And so I'm going to remember that my rate formula looks like this, right? Y equals a constant times 1 plus or minus the rate of change raised to the t. So the next thing I'm going to do is use my calculator to find out what e to the negative 0.3 or 1 over e to the 0.3 is. That's the same thing. So in my calculator, I'm putting e raised to the negative 0.3, and I find out that that is 0.74. And so if I want to represent that as 1 plus or minus the rate, well, 1 minus 2.6 is going to get me 0.74. If you're not sure of that, subtract 0.74 from 1. And so my rate of change is 26% decrease. Okay, let's do this again. Y equals e to the 0.7t, okay? So first I rewrite it as y equals e to the 0.7 to the t. Now I'm going to find e to the 0.7 in my calculator. And I find that that's y equals 2.01 to the t. So now if I want to rewrite that as 1 plus my rate, that's 1 plus 1.01. And so what is my rate of change? That's 101% increase, and this is growth. Okay, let's take a look at continuous compounding, which is another place that E gets used. Okay, so first of all, what is continuous compounding? Well, interest gets calculated with a certain amount of frequency. So annual interest gets calculated once a year. Monthly interest gets calculated 12 times a year. Daily interest gets calculated 365 times a year. Continuous compounding means it is compounding like always. You can't even break down the units into which it is compounding. And how would you calculate this? Well, magically, E allows you to calculate it. The formula is PeRT. And what that means is the amount at any given moment is your principal times E raised to the rate times the time. So let's say you have a deposit of 8,000. You have a 5% interest rate that's compounded continually. How much do you have after 10 years? Okay, how much do you have? That's the A. Deposit of 8,000, that's your principal. Easy. 0.05 is your 5% interest rate. 10 years is your time. We put it all in our calculator. 8,000 times E raised to the parentheses 0.5 times 10. And after 10 years, compounded continuously, that grows to 13,189.77 cents. And that is your introduction to what E is, what the definition of it is, how you use it in decay or growth problems, and how you use it in continuous compounding problems. Have a question? Leave it in the comments. Consider subscribing to my channel so you know when I put out a new video. Leave me questions in the comments. I love that. And as always, keep on mathing.